They know that the opportunities for looting and stealing of public money are shrinking wherever the DA is present and wherever DA reforms are implemented. This flagrant double standard that protects the likes of Simelane and Nkabane.
Good morning, guys. Good morning once again. Welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who's also a voter, so I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of our beautiful country. One thing, John Steenhuisen did not lie about the corruption within the ANC. I'm not going to talk about the DA corruption. I've already spoken about that one. I'm going to talk about the ANC corruption now. He did not lie, and that results in the lack of holding people accountable. When you look at the very reason why we had the Zondo Commission, it was because of the corruption coming out of the ANC leadership. And then the Zondo Commission showed us that there will never be a time whereby people are held accountable, because what has happened since that Zondo Commission report? Absolutely nothing. And these days, I'm seeing Thembi, Simelane, I'm seeing Nobuhle, Nkabane, and also there has been a drag in holding them accountable, especially with Thembi Simelane. I don't think she will be held accountable. I just see Dr. Nobuhle Nkabane being thrown under the bus, and the reasons for that is because she is the topic of today when it comes to corruption within the ANC, because of that advisory panel that seemingly does not exist. Yo, guys, that frustrates me. And that's not a corruption. She found that corruption there, and I'm not saying she's not the part of it. Maybe she came with her own, but there was already corruption there, and she's going to take the fall for everybody. So Steenhuisen did not lie, and that lack of accountability creates an environment whereby whatever the DA does goes and hides behind the corruption, quote unquote, of the ANC. They create this banner, yes, put the ANC there as the manufacturer of corruption. Whenever they are wrong, they go quickly behind the corruption of the ANC. And the ANC had one thing and one thing only: just don't be corrupt. You had the people related to your skin color, because in South Africa we have racial politics as things stand. So you have the color of the highest number of people in South Africa. All that you had to do is to take care of the people and not be corrupt. Yet you lost that, giving a platform for organizations like the Democratic Alliance to be pointing a finger at you and getting the support of the people that were your people, that gave you the confidence to even say you'll govern this country until Jesus came back. Do you understand? So, okay, guys, I am not going to hold you any longer. I just want you to listen to John Steenhuisen if you've not heard, but I've taken the part whereby he talks about the ANC corruption. I will see you right at the end of this video clip with my closing commentary.
Most importantly, they know that the opportunities for looting and stealing of public money are shrinking wherever the DA is present and wherever DA reforms are implemented. This flagrant double standard that protects the likes of Simelane and Nkabane but acts against Whitfield proves that in the ANC's universe, the only things you dare not be are competent, honest and hardworking. And the President's now refusal to act against corruption within his own ranks, but singling out as a priority a DA Deputy Minister, risks confirming that his oft-repeated public commitment to clean governments is a sham. Until he replaces words with action against corruption within his own ranks, the DA sees no further point in wasting our breath in endless talk shops with the ANC. For that reason, the Democratic Alliance's Federal Executive, which met at 1 p.m. today, has resolved to withdraw from the national dialogue with immediate effect. In the absence of a president who's prepared to take action against VBS looters and state capture accused sitting around the cabinet table, it is clear that the dialogue will be reduced to nothing more than a waste of time and money to distract from ANC failures. And this explains why they are so obsessed with it. Thus, I make the point that we have already had a national dialogue last year. It's called an election. And the people said very clearly in that election that they do not want to have anything to do with ANC one-party arrogance or domination. So, effective immediately, and until action is taken against those corrupt individuals, the DA will have no further part in this process. We will also actively mobilize against it in order to stop the obscene waste of 740 million rand of public money, starting with a call on all civil society bodies in South Africa to join us in demanding that the dialogue not proceed until President Ramaphosa fires ANC corrupt individuals in the national executive, as well as other delinquents. Because the reality is, no matter what the dialogue resolves, no matter how many noble resolutions it may take, and no matter how many feel-good moments it has, nothing will change in South Africa for the better if we keep the same people around the cabinet table who have involved themselves in corruption, maladministration, and misleading of Parliament. The people of South Africa should not be taken for fools. They know that any national dialogue is utterly meaningless if it's presided over by the criminals and the corrupt and those who provide a safe refuge for them.
To the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that corruption will never end, because I also see the Democratic Alliance that they did not hold the ANC accountable for the corruption that they are talking about. They were okay with it until they touched Andrew Whitfield, their deputy minister. They even said, now that the president has set the highest standard for himself, he must also fire Dr. Nobuhle Nkabane and Thembi Simelane. Otherwise, they were cool with them being there, just playing the political games. Now that their own person has been removed, now they are saying, we are not going to be a part of the national dialogue. Remove your corrupt people since you have started sweeping our own front yard. So for me, Jay, we are screwed. But at the end of the day, I'm saying John Steenhuisen did not lie. And I blame the collective that the ANC governs through. No one is being held accountable, because at the end of the day, they must protect the collective. The collective must stay intact. And we suffer, and you just lose hope of the future, that we'll ever have a situation or maybe times whereby people are held accountable. Anyway, guys, if you watched up to here, I would like to say enkosi for watching my videos. Ndiyabulela kakhulu. And the next time you bump into my videos, kindly watch my ads in full. That support really goes a long way. And to those who are already watching my ads in full, ndithi enkosini kakhulu, guys. I-difference iyabonakala. Ndiyabulela, izandla zami ziphezulu, nibe nemini emnandi kakhulu.